If you think about remigration, yeah, they want to get rid of all of these immigrants first, yeah, and then that's where it starts. Do you get what I'm
No,
saying?
no, 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 no.
That's
That's
where it starts.
nonsense.
That's where it
No,
starts.
but the
Because
big,
then
the big,
who else are they got to turn on after that? Do you get what I'm saying? At the end of the day, we want to get rid of these people that are coming into our country. They're building all of these mosques, blah, 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 whatever the case may be. Let's get rid of them. Some of the people got exposed in that rally. You know, there's a guy called Nico, and he dressed up as like a white
yeah, I
or
watched that yesterday. Funny
makeup and
enough,
stuff like
yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah.
And he's talking to these people, and what he's doing is pushing buttons because they're saying all the right things because they're not really saying black people at first. They're saying about the immigrants,
Mm,
and then it will say something that triggers them to say, "Yeah, I don't like the blacks as well."
mm.
So it starts with the immigrants. It starts with all of these people that are coming on the boats, supposedly. But once that's done, and we're getting this re-migration thing out of the way, who's next? Me, you. Do you get what I'm saying? My grandmother's from Jamaica, right? But and my father was from Jamaica. I was born here. My mum was born here. So I got a British passport, but I can get a Jamaican passport as well. If they have remigration, bro, they can turn around and say that you can go back to where you come from. You're not originally from here.
Mm.
Because that's where it can go to quite easily. If we don't look at this thing and say, bro, you know what I mean, bro? I was born here, I'm English, I'm not Jamaican. Like, do you know, I go to Jamaica, I get called a foreigner. I live here, do you know what I mean? I'm not even wanted here because of my skin color. Do you know what I'm saying? So the things that are happening in this country right now, I don't think it's like a small thing. You have to look at it in its totality that if this thing actually builds and grows, bro, like no one is safe. All of these people that are on the right that are black and of black origin or from Africa or from Jamaica or whatever, you should not even be on that side. You shouldn't be like even thinking that you should be part of this. You shouldn't be nowhere near it. It's
Mm.
got nothing to do with you. It's got to do with them and what they want within this country. You
Yeah.
got to look at it and say, you know what? How can I safeguard myself? What's my next movements out of this if it does get to a point where, like Seb was saying, we might become the the immigrants. Do you
Mm.
know what I mean? Going to other countries and getting mobile phones.
But
That could happen.
that to me, that is the message that they are saying. I've never really looked at it as they're only talking about these Asian people. I just haven't. I just never thought that. Even when I've heard them on the TV, I know what they're genuinely saying, but it's also what they feel that they can't say. But like Leon said on that documentary, I'll forward you the link to that as well. But on the documentary, you do see him basically, he's in paint like makeup. So he just looks like an English white dude, and he's just going around talking, and he's getting them to say what he knows they want to say. And when they start getting into it, yeah, they're
So when you
basically
say
saying,
what? So he well, hold on. This is on that day, the 13th of September, that
yeah,
march.
it's that day, yeah,
So he's going around the crowd in
yeah,
general.
yeah, the crowd, yeah, talking to
Right,
people,
right.
and
So
they're
what?
saying their true feelings.
So are you saying that? See, I believe that a lot of people that were on that march weren't right wing, weren't racist.
No, that's probably true. But
I don't think.
what it highlights is though what Leon's saying is there's a lot of people that are basically, and they do want this to be a white Britain. That is what they're actually fighting for. They don't care whether you're Asian, they don't care whether you're whatever. They just don't want to see any other people here other than themselves. That is really what they're on this march for.
Well,
Period.
that's foolishness because
But I kind of
if
get it
okay,
though. I kind of get it though because like look at like China or look at I don't know Nigeria. Like you're not gonna have a bit of white people just coming in with their pagan ways or whatever the case may be and setting
you'd
up
be
shit. You're not
surprised.
gonna what you're not
You'd be
gonna want that.
surprised.
You want to kick them out. Do you get what I'm saying? Like I
Listen,
don't want you here with
listen.
that nonsense. This is not part of my culture. This is not what I want
No,
here on this
but
But if
land.
you got a history of colonizing countries,
Yeah,
it's
but
a
yeah,
bit different.
exactly. And
and also,
exactly
don't
that's so
forget,
true as well.
China has colonized quite a lot of countries in Africa now and the Caribbean. So
The
Listen,
way they're
that's not
China,
colonizing it is not the same as how the Europeans did it though.
they're not
no,
enslaving people, but
Yeah,
they
they're
are
not
using the
they
same. They're
are
using economical tactics
economics.
Yeah,
to
Yeah,
yeah.
do
yeah, yeah,
that,
economics.
and they're
But
taking
They're building
land.
infrastructure.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
taking land and infrastructure as a way of payment. So within generation, because now they've already
And
started
resources.
having children in those countries as
I
well.
mean, China's the
So
next
we're
power
only
in the
talking a matter of generations before that's just now the thing. That's normal now.
So do you feel the threat then? Do you feel
And they are
threatened?
being racist to the indigenous people of those places as well.
Of
Yeah,
course.
totally. They
Taking the
they
piss.
don't even give them jobs, bro. When they said that
They're
they
taking
would,
the
they don't.
piss.
Yeah. So that is a
But
thing out there.
do you feel threatened then? Do you feel that you're in danger of being
I don't feel any
deported?
differently from
I'm
how I felt
aware.
my whole entire life in this
I'm
country.
I'm
Exactly, bro.
I'm
Yeah,
aware.
Exactly.
I'm
I'm
just
aware.
aware that I've never not felt like that's not there. Like that's what I'm saying. My whole life,
Oh,
I've
you've
known.
always felt that you one day be told to get out.
Oh, I've been told to get out. How many
Bare
times?
times. Go back to your country, you monkey.
So
Blah
for
blah
me,
blah.
this is not new for me. This is
Ah,
now
ah, ah, ah.
all it's gone from is being a little bit covert to overt. That's all it is.
Seb, do you remember playing basketball in school and you had
Yeah,
all the
this is
NF brothers with the
this is what I'm
skinheads with their
saying. We
combat
went
jackets
through it in
walking through like
school,
that when they hit the
proper.
set?
I mean, we went through
Crazy.
the Stephen Lawrence era. So for us, for me, I've been through it where it's been really, really racist. Like, so
Proper.
I've
Yeah,
I've
And
never
all,
I've never got
hold
to
on,
a
bro.
point in this country where I genuinely felt like that they don't feel that way. That's what I'm
Let
trying
me
to
tell
say.
you. Yeah, can I tell you something? A little lesson. This is a lesson from an old boy, yeah?
Mm,
Now, how you can not feel that? I don't feel that, bro. Do you know why I don't feel that?
mm,
Because there's nothing on this earth that anyone can say or do to me, yeah,
mm.
that I will take personally.
Yeah.
Yeah. If I walk down the road and someone says, "You black cunt, get the fuck out of here, you black wog," I ain't gonna take that personally. Do you understand? Do you know why I'm not going to take it personally? Right?
Just their
Because
problem.
I don't know where I don't know what's in that person's mind. I look at everyone, me, you, and you. Yeah, in our minds, yeah, is a whole universe of thoughts and knowledge and whatever, and our minds are all different. So wherever he's coming from or she's coming from, that person that's abusing me, wherever they're coming from, yeah, ain't got nothing to do with me. That
Exactly.
if I was someone, if it wasn't me walking down the road and it was Rory or Leon, they'll cuss him the same way. So it ain't personal. So if once you can not take things like that personal, it just like things like that don't bother me, bro.
But you have to be
yeah, but
aware of
then
your environment
yeah,
and
but
what's
then
around you and what's the predominant. Do you get what I'm saying? What is the majority? You know, you're in a land
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
And
Do you get what I'm saying?
I don't think the
yeah.
way you've just explained it is not the way I think about it. What I'm saying is it hasn't bothered me since, like Leon said, since the days in school, because I saw those people the same age as me talking that way, acting that way. My mum used to take me to anti-racist marches all the time when I was younger, you know. So I've been around proper racist people that were
So have I.
literally, yeah. So I'm not fearful, if that's what you're saying. I don't look into that person and think whatever. What I'm just saying is it's begun from being covert to overt. So that's what I'm saying is I'm always aware that that's just how
And it's
a
becoming
large
political.
a large
Listen, you
part
have
of the population
you.
think that way.
Let me just say one thing, yeah. I've experienced, yeah, some different types of. I bet you ain't experienced racism, yeah, in a working man's club, yeah, in Blackburn,
Bro, what are you saying
Black
up in
Blackburn, right?
I would go
In
to a
a work
working man's club in London. Are you mad?
in a working man's club on a Friday night.
No, I can't say I've
Yeah.
experienced that.
And then I'm on stage with three white dudes singing and dancing. Racism, mate. Yeah. Then in Blackburn. Think about where we was.
Blackburn.
Blackburn. Why is it called Blackburn? That's where they burn the blacks. That's what the geezer told me, bro. Right into my face. Yeah,
But
racism.
I bet you it was in jest. It was joking and it was that kind of
Bro,
environment. It wasn't threatening.
Well, he got out, didn't he? So they couldn't have
bro.
meant it.
No, I got out because I'm who I am. Another black man might not have got out, bro. You got to be able. Listen, why do you think? Yeah, we're at school. Yeah, the funniest kid. Yeah, the funniest kid that will crack everybody up in the school in the whole year. Everybody would like this kid because he's so funny. Look at him, his stature, he can't fight. You understand? He's weak. So his defense mechanism is to make people laugh. So it's another way of being a chameleon and adapting. So when you find yourself in certain situations, you know how to behave for survival. And if it means making someone laugh, you will make someone laugh. You will find a way. Right? So you know, it's all you have to have a charisma and sometimes you have to not hear things. Like, you have to blank things out sometimes, bro.
Yeah, I hear that, but at the same time, like you're saying, like not to take that personal. Like he's good. That same guy will behave the same to the next black person that walks past and the next one after that. But you shouldn't be put in a situation where you have to then think about how you react to those kind of situations, or how your kids are going to react to that situation, like how your kid grows up being best friends with that white person, and then come the age of 15, that white person is now listening to their dad about how they view other people from other races, and that person is now viewing that black guy some kind of way, or your black daughter or whatever, as less than, or whatever. Like I hear there's a responsibility on how, like, where you're saying like you react to certain situations in certain ways, but they also need to be held responsible in the same fashion. And so, although and at the moment they're pushing this as a religious, oh, we don't want this to be an Islamic state. How many of these people are going to church themselves? I'm seeing more black people
jokes part,
than anyone else at the moment. None of these people are going to church Saturday, Sunday, or doing any kind of service, but yet they're saying this is a Christian country for British values.
Hold on.
That's the common cause.
Hold on. This is the thing, though, dear. Right? You don't have to, like, to be a Christian. Doesn't mean that you go to church every Sunday.
You don't.
To church, or you don't even have to go to church. There are different types of this. You know how many Christians there are? How many different types of Christians there are?
But you don't have to.
Right? You see, you know, when you see those African with the white garments, you've seen them different.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
That's all Christian. That's all Christian.
That's what I'm saying.
Right. But there's so many. So many. And then you've got all the other. You got the Methodists, you got the Evangelists, you got the Catholics, you got
the Nazis.
But what Rory's saying is they're none of those things. They're none of them.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. But when they
if it's a Christian country, they're Christian. That's what they're saying.
Hold on. When they sign that form when that equal opportunities form, whatever, when it says religion, they don't go to church. But they put Church of England, Christian Church of England. So
a lot of them are ticking none.
No, but Prof, what I'm trying to say is, to the vast majority of people that tick Church of England, they're teaching Church of England because they're English. Do you know what I mean? They don't go to church. They don't know. They might not even know Jesus or God. But as far as they're concerned, they're Church of England, which is Christian. So do you know what I mean? That's the way I see it.
Christian country.
So you're saying it's no different really from a Muslim person who eats bacon and drinks alcohol. They might be born into that faith, but it doesn't mean they're practicing.
No, but they will still say they're Muslim.
Yeah, they'll still say they're Muslim.
Yeah,
because that's what they've been born into.
It could be someone, I don't know. No, I don't know. But it could be someone, a Protestant, a Catholic, a Muslim, whatever. Do you know what I mean? You know, and people practice faith in different ways. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Like, I mean, I'll tell you what, if you want to go and find some really wicked, evil people, go to the mosque or the church. Then you find the most wicked people in the church and in the mosque. That's where you'll find the most wicked people. But not saying that all people that go there are. The majority are good people that go to pray, meditate and pray and stuff like that. But you will find the evilest of the evil is still lurking in those areas.
Yeah. But a
Trust
lot
me.
of these people are trying to actually associate with this Christian belief system, and like they're not even abiding by any commandments. Like
Using it as a crutch.
they're not even trying to live in any kind of way. Like
Yeah, when you can just go and get forgiven, you go and confess and you're forgiven. Yeah, that's what. Why would you? Why would you? Why would you? If you
Forgive,
could just go and say, "Oh, I confess,"
Yeah.
and then you're forgiven. No, no,
died
that's
for
what
your
some
sins,
people
bro.
believe.
Didn't die
That's
because
what
you're
people
good.
believe.
Mm.
That's what people believe. So I don't know, but to me, them saying that immigrants, blah, whatever you called it,
Remigration.
remigration. Um, if they could snap their fingers and then everybody of color or whatever was gone, this country would fail.
Of course.
It would fail in 1 week because there'll be the NHS. There'll be no NHS. There'll be no, there's too many people. There'll be no teachers. There'll be, you know what I mean? The whole infrastructure. So that is just a nonsense of like get rid of everybody with colour from the British Isles. Are you mad? Yeah. When they were seeking people with colour back in the day.
well, I just don't understand what are the values? Like what if someone says to you what are the like British values that they're trying to uphold? Like what is it? What is one of these values?
They don't know. I mean,
Protecting their kids.
I listen to the radio every day and they ask these people this every single phone in, and they do not know. They can't name any particular law. They can't name, first of all, any values. They can't name any laws that were supposedly have gained since leaving the EU, even though that's the reason they keep saying we can do our own laws now. If you ask them, okay, what law is it that we can do now that we couldn't do before? They can never name one, and they can never tell you what British values means or what it means to be British. But it always comes back down to the same thing. They don't want to live next door to a brown person. That's literally what it comes down to every single time. And they say the way they say it, because the way you ask them is, have you got a problem then with a Polish person living next door? No, 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 it's fine, that's fine, that's fine. So it's not all immigrants. That's not what this is.
Yeah, so do you think it could
It's
be?
a specific type of immigrants that they're talking about, and it's quite obvious when you have the conversation with them that it always comes down to either someone who believes in Islam or a black family. That's who they're talking about. They're not talking about your Spanish family, your Portuguese family, your Irish family, nothing like that. They're not going to any of them. They don't even look at those people as immigrants in the
Exactly.
same
And
way.
if you see media, when you see like photos, there's a lot of black men been put up. I don't know if you noticed it, but I'm
Mm,
seeing a lot of it. Not just like we're not talking about like the Muslim man, then the Pakistani man, then we're not talking about. I'm talking about like black men are
mm.
being put up, and all you're seeing is the images of black men. A lot of times, I'm seeing it. I don't know if it's because I'm black and I'm seeing it more. I don't know, but the
Put
way
up where?
just in media when these things have been stated like it's not just about for me it's not just about the people that are coming on over boats like even like with the people that are coming over the people that they're depicting as people who are we're supposed to be protecting our kids from are black men as well. They're
But
the
when
ones
you
that
say
are
what
they're more highlighted.
in like the thumbnails and the imagery and the
Yeah, with the
and
imagery and
okay,
stuff like that.
okay.
Even with the kid who he went into that and killed all those children. Do you remember the
Mm.
black kid,
Oh, into the dance
the
class.
dance and stuff like that. So we as black people have been portrayed in a certain light in this country. We're not to be trusted. It's that simple. We're not to be trusted. And even the fact that I think the start of it is okay. Yeah, let's say yeah, we've got to protect our kids. We've got to stop the boats, and let's start with Islam, but then it has to trickle down to the people that we really don't even really want in this country in the first place,
Mm.
and that comes down to us, the people who came to this country. My family, my mum, my grandmother, when she got invited by the Queen, as you said, and she flew over on an aeroplane, she come to build this country, rebuild this country after the World War II. They don't really
Mm.
need us now. Let's say.
And they're
So
quite open with that. That's the
yeah,
thing. They're
they're
quite
very
open with
open.
that.
They
They
were
don't
they
feel no way saying that. That's what I'm
look
saying.
look what happened to people from the Windrush not too long ago, with a few years ago.
Yeah.
They're telling the people you
Theresa
gotta
May was
come out.
getting ready to ship everybody back. And that was like, are you serious? That person lived there for 60, 70 years. And you're talking about now they live, go
That's
live in
crazy.
Jamaica. Like, it's not that simple. You're integrated here now. This is your country. You live somewhere for 60 years and you've lived somewhere else for 10 years of your life or 15 years of your life.
And
How can you say
it's a
how
complicated
can
one
you
as
say
well.
you're that rather more than there you are this? That doesn't make any sense.
It's a complicated one as well because look at
The
London
fact
where
that
we
that
live.
keeps coming back on the table shows you that that is a
That's
line of
yeah,
thinking, bro.
exactly.
That was
And
government saying that. That wasn't even these people on the street saying that. That was Theresa May, the Prime Minister, saying she thought this was a good idea to start sending people back to Jamaica. Like, that's nuts. That's nuts. So that's how you know that it's it's only covert to overt. That's all it is. Like, and that's what I was saying to you before. It's not that I fear this. I just always know this.
yeah,
This
you
is
have to be
what
aware.
genuinely is going on. Not in every single person because you can't generalize,
No, you
but
can't.
I can definitely say for a large part of the population, it's always been a thing. It's
Mm.
always been a thing. And I don't think they're ever going to not think that way for some people. It just is.
But yeah, I know what you're
But if
saying. I
those
mean,
people come in power, which is what Nigel Farage and his crew want, then that is a thing because that will be the population. And if not, for the very least, they'll be running the country for 4 years. And in those 4 years, you can do a lot of damage.
But with Tommy Robinson, like, and
Mm.
his journey and how he was a person that was just talking about certain things. He did like he wait a minute. He did like documentaries on grooming gangs and stuff like that. I feel I'm not saying it's exactly the same story, but where he's coming from, I feel like he's got the air of a certain amount of people. A lot of people came out for this guy in support. I don't think I've ever seen that in my lifetime. That amount of people come out for this one person. Yeah, like for me, it's like an eye opener because oh, Tommy. I'm like, Tommy Robinson. I'm like, what? This
what's the
one
character?
person. Yeah, I know it's not even his real name. But at the end of the day, the amount of power he has a lot of power. And you got to understand, he's gone to prison for his beliefs and stuff. And people are rallying behind this person. And it's not just everyday people, it's churches. I saw people
Mm.
from the church.
It doesn't take a
It's a
lot.
good. It's a good plan. It's a good
It
plan.
doesn't take
Yeah.
a lot for the switch to flick. And what I'm saying is they're putting the pieces into position
Exactly.
to do that. And as much as black people might want to deny that this could actually be a thing,
It's a thing.
we're not that far away from it. That's what I'm saying. They're now in parliament. They're now in power. They've done the march. They know they've got the support.
Mhm.
Like you got the richest man in the world saying, "I'm backing this." Like
My
we're
gosh.
not too far. We've got a president of America who's saying, "Yes, you need to be doing this." Like the pieces are there, bro. Like we are literally there, and that's what I'm saying. If they do get into power, which it looks like they are, reform look like they could potentially be the next government. The way things are going
Movements.
right now, we're not too far away from that, dude. Once you're in power, you can make whatever rules you want to make, bro. That's the whole point of being in power. Doesn't matter whether people like it. That's what's going to happen. So,
There's
and
too
once
many
they're
left
in
wing
power,
activists in this
no,
country
there
for that to
isn't.
happen.
That's the
There
thing.
is.
There isn't though. There isn't though.
There is.
If they are, they're trying to do things in a peaceful manner. These people are not on that, and that's what I'm saying. Once they think that they now once you're in power, you think that you're right, and that's where it becomes dangerous. Because once they think that they're right, it doesn't matter about the far right bit nonsense. Once they just believe that they are in the right, that's when it becomes a issue. And if the person who's in Downing Street is telling them, "Yeah, we don't want these people in our country no more," blah blah blah, it's real now. Now it becomes an actual reality. This isn't just something that they can fantasize about or they've talked about in the pub or whatever. Their leaders actually telling them, the person they put in the 10 Downing Street is telling them, "Get rid of these people," and it's as simple
Yeah,
as that.
yeah, that ain't happening now. I'm telling
You
you.
might think that, bro, but
No,
I'm
I'm
saying
telling you.
we're
I'm
not
telling
that
you.
far away, and that's
You
what
you trying
America
to tell
thought.
you trying to say that
Bro,
I
that's
could
what
get
America thought, and Donald Trump
are
is
you
literally
trying
been
to
shipping
say
dudes
that
out for fun. Have you seen what ICE has been doing in America, bro?
Crazy, bruv.
Have you seen what
are
ICE has
you
been doing in America?
I'm not in America, bro. I'm
Yeah,
in
but
the
it's the
UK.
same.
And what
They're the same
can I
organization
speak?
right
Let
now.
me just say something. Let me just say something. Are you trying to say that there's a good possibility or a possibility that if reform get in power next, that I have will be deported or could be under threat of deportation.
Whether it be
Me,
deportation or whether it be the
me.
threat of people trying to burn your house down, bruv, those are two realities.
Nah, that ain't happening, bro.
It is a happening, bruv. And I'm
No,
not saying it's
nah,
going to happen, but in terms
it's
of
not
whether
gonna
it's a
happen. It's not.
probability,
It will never
it's a
happen.
massive probability right now, bruv.
Okay, let's beg to disagree on that one, mate. And even you people in the comments, you tell me if I'm right or if Seb's
All
right.
right.
I feel
The
like
people in the comments will tell you, bruv, yeah, we're coming for you, bruv. If he gets in, we're coming for you, bruv. Straight
Yeah,
up and down.
no, they'll be
Straight up and
behind me.
down.
They'll be behind me. I know where you guys
This is
live.
why I said those the same radio shows that you don't want to listen to. The reason why I listen to them is because that's the shows that they phone up.
Yeah.
Because they don't like listening to those kind of people. And when they phone up on those shows and they tell you in their own voice, bro, why they want this. And that's what I'm saying. Half of them, bro, it's not a hate-fueled thing. They want it because they believe it to be true. This is how it should be.
Yeah.
And that's what they're trying to explain to you right now, is that they've had enough of the blacks and the Muslims. They want their country back, bruv, how it's supposed to be. So this isn't a matter of they're doing it to you because they just hate black people. No, they're not doing it for that reason. They're doing it because they, in their mind, they see it as they are genuinely fixing the country. And it's the same thing that's going on in the States. What you're seeing is a mirror effect of what Make America Great is now the same thing that Nigel's saying is he's going to make Britain great. He's using the exact same language. Same way Trump was talking about the Haitians eating dogs and cats. He's now talking about people over here
People eating
eating
cows.
and
Swans
carps.
and
He's using the exact same terminology as Trump, and he's got the exact same backing from the billionaire to do what he's doing. And like I said, he's moments away from being in power, bro. People that are phoning up radio stations that are not on his side, who are no longer have any faith in Labour, they definitely don't want Conservative, have now got one choice left, and that's to vote Reform in the next election. And they'll tell you straight on the radio, I don't even like Nigel Farage, but there's no way I can vote Labour or Conservative. So I have to vote Reform. And they're telling you that I'm not a racist, I'm not anything like that, but I have to vote Reform. So the chances of him not becoming Prime Minister is so slim right now, bro. It's so slim because I can't see anyone voting for Starmer again, and it's definitely not. We already know it's not going to be Conservative. There's nothing Conservative could do to get back into this government for at least 10 years. So
what's wrong with Kemi?
We're looking at the proper.
What's wrong with Kemi?
And they've set it up that way. They've set it up that way. Same way they did in America. When they wanted Donald Trump in, what did they do? They made sure
the leader of the opposition is a black woman.
And what did they do in America? Who was Donald running against in the last election?
No,
a black woman.
She was the vice president.
No, but he was running against a black woman.
Yeah.
Exactly the same. They're mirroring it. That's what I'm trying to say. They're mirroring it, bro. Deliberately. There's no change. And who was he up against? Who was he up against? The decrepit old white man that no one wanted in the White House no more. Who couldn't even think. Literally, he was showing you he has no more marbles left in his brain. So you had no choice but to vote for Donald Trump because you're like, well, we can't keep this old guy who's 100 in there. We don't want a black woman in there. So our choice is to vote for the thing that is Donald Trump. We've got the exact same option in the next election. There's no superhero coming through between now and the next election. We're going to be voting for reform.
I mean, I feel that I have built a life here.
Yeah. Kiss it goodbye.
Now, listen, when I say that, I mean, when I say I've built a life here with family, friends, family, friends, work.
They're saying you can keep all of that, but in Nigeria.
And when I think about my family, friends, work, it's not all black people that are in my family, friends, and work.
No.
Yeah. So this is why I can't even imagine
that those people that you're calling your family would vote for this.
I bet back in the day there were Jewish people in Germany thinking exactly how you was thinking, bro.
Yep.
I don't know. Maybe, but I don't think so. Like, okay, I don't know. I don't know.
You're
I can't
saying
see the
then
future, but I don't believe it.
those same white people in work that you're hanging around, and don't forget, it's not just white people voting for this, bro. It wasn't just white people that voted for Brexit. Like this is we're in a different time now, bro. There are people that are of color. He's got people of color in reform that have very prominent positions. This is the way it's going. This is what I'm trying to say. This is how our
So
conversation
where you
started.
going then? Where you going then?
I'm going to be
Where
going where the
you?
rest of my peoples are going. It's as
Where's
simple as
that?
that.
Where's
Wherever
that?
that may be. I don't know right now where that's going. I've not thought about that part of the plan yet. But what I'm saying is, in terms of, is
But
this a
So
possibility
what?
it's a
So
possibility.
white
It's a
people,
for you?
possibility.
are white people allowed to come with us?
If they want to, yeah. I think there will be a large portion of people that will be like, I'm out of here. Same way they were with Donald Trump. Because
There's
they were like,
people
I don't
already
want to be a
leaving.
part of this.
Mm.
That will be a reality. I definitely think there'll be loads of people supporting us. Don't think I'm not saying every white person turns into a demon the next day, bro, and wants to kill us. No, I'm not saying that. But it doesn't need to be that. Same way with Brexit, it only needed to be 51%. And then we were out of Europe. That changed overnight, bro. That
Mm.
changed overnight. No one ever thought that would ever happen.
That
And it
was long.
happened.
Brexit was long.
And it happened. So the fact that even now there's people that still can't believe how dumb we would be to vote ourselves out of the biggest trading
Yeah.
system in the world because of what some people promised us that we'd have 350 million for the NHS and all these other racist things. And what did Nigel say? Get rid of all the immigrants. Blah, blah, blah. We're still on that train. That's what people don't understand. This thing has been going since 2012.
It's just
It
layers.
drove Brexit. We're now here. Like it's been going for a long time. This isn't new. If you listen to when Nigel popped his head back up, this has been the same train and he's been getting the same support. And now he's grown bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And he's had people like Andy Tate saying he's nonsense out there. He's had Katie Hopkins saying her nonsense out there. All these little minions, they're doing things, bro, and they're all working to the same goal.
Yeah, they got massive communities,
It's
bro.
huge, bro. I don't think
Crazy.
you understand how
So
big this is. Like you
I
said,
don't. I
you
didn't.
were at the country when this march took place, bro. You need to go
Hmm.
back and actually check all the different videos you can find on this, so you can actually see this thing was massive, bro. It was massive. And when you see the people that went in there and actually spoke to these people to see what Leon was saying, you realize a large portion of these people, bro, are not thinking about, oh, we just want to stop the boats. No, this goes far further than that, bro. They are generally talking about cleansing the country. That is what they're on right now. And they'll use any means to get it. If they have to say we just want a Christian country, all the language is the same thing. Christian country, we just want this, that, and the other, but it all means the same thing. We don't want any people of color here anymore. That's what they're actually saying. We're sick and tired of seeing them. Period. We don't want to hurt you. We don't want to hurt you. We just don't want you to be here anymore. Can you just go home? And that's literally what they're saying.
And
Even the nicest possible ones. That's the best way I can sum it up for you. Even the nicest person who wouldn't want to actually kill you, that's what she's actually saying to you. I don't dislike you. I just don't want you here anymore. It's as simple as that. We've had enough. Because if we're
Oh
not,
well.
the way they look at the blacks is that we're kind of like we're putting them in fear, whereas the immigrants are supposed to be, sexually assaulting their peoples or whatever and doing scams, whereas we're the ones that now they fear coming out of their house because obviously we're gonna rob them and kill them, and our young boys are running around with machetes and stuff, blah blah
And
blah.
that's the narrative. Yeah.
That's the narrative, bro. And that's what I said. I listen to these people every day on the radio. They call up and they have their own reason for believing what they believe and why they're voting for Nigel Farage in the next election. And these people are not dumb. They're not the dumb right wing, fuggish person. I'm talking about teachers. I'm talking about doctors. I'm talking about people that you would class as intelligent human beings, and they are because they're articulate, but they're telling you articulately why they're voting for this and why they've had enough. And this is what they're saying. And it's not a joke. It really is not a joke. So I'm not saying that this is definitely going to happen. What I'm saying is to say that this is not a probability after what we've seen in the last 15 years. would be naive, is what I'm saying, because at the moment, the momentum is purely going that way. And not only just the momentum, when you look at the future for the next election, there is no one else. There's no opposition to stop this from happening. So it's inevitable that he is going to become prime minister at the next election.
I don't know about that.
No, it's inevitable.
Okay. When is the next election?
I think it's next year, May. If it's not next year, May, I think it's... No, it's 4 years, isn't it? So
4 years, yeah.
But I think they said they're going to do a general election sooner than that, though, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, but Labour's going to have to get rid of Keir, though.
They're going to have to. To stop this, they have to.
The only thing Labour can do is just get him out and
bring in the most charismatic dude on the planet who can sort shit out, bro. Because if they don't, this is game over. Because he's digging his own grave every day. Literally
every time he opens his mouth.
He doesn't even look like a prime minister anyway.
So do you think that Keir Starmer's job was to bring in the ID thing? Because
like you said, they've been trying to bring it in a while, but I feel like I think that's his nail in the coffin. That's his nail in the coffin. Him just announcing that yesterday or last week was game over for him.
Do you think that it's going to go through?
Even if it goes through, what I'm saying is, if it goes through, then reform 100% is going to be in power. Because not only the thing with the ID thing, it ain't just the reform people that don't like that. Nobody likes that. So the fact that nobody likes that and he's the guy that brought that in, they're out of here, bro. If they put that in place. And the thing is, Nigel Farage, his only guarantee will be, if you put me in power, I'm getting rid of that thing. So it's going to be a done deal.
So
they're working together, bro.
Do you think it will come to fruition? Do you think
I can't see it not at this point right now. I can't see it not. And I've been watching these chess pieces for a very long time.
What about that petition?
Petition for...
Against the... Have you not heard about it?
About the ID cards?
Yeah, there's a massive petition. Maybe there's over...
Well, Keir Starmer is known as the U-turn prime minister. He's done a U-turn on a bunch of things already since he's come into power. So it's not like they can't stall it. But what I'm saying is, as Leon just said, and all these people are working together on the same agenda, right? So if you believe in that, which I do, then the reason why he's announced that is because our next prime minister is going to be in the other camp. That's what I'm trying to say. The way the pieces are stacked right now, there is no one else to vote for. They're making this purposely like you can only vote for Nigel Farage because you're going to have ID cards over here and you're going to have Conservative on that side. No one wants those two. And he's going to be the only one saying, I am going to get rid of the ID card, which they probably won't have any plans of actually bringing in anyway, right? But he's going to say that as part of his campaign. We won't be having that. We won't be having that. I'm going to make sure there's no one eating your swans. I'm going to make sure.
But this is what I'm saying. Like,
it doesn't like. Okay, I hear what you're saying, and
and that's how Trump got back into power. Because if there was someone actually to vote for,
remember,
Trump wouldn't be in the White House right now.
Remember, there used to be 3 parties.
The Liberal Democrats.
Lib Dems, remember the Lib Dems?
But Lib Dems shot themselves in the foot, didn't they? Because
what happened to them now?
He promised all the students that they wouldn't have to pay any money, and then he turned his back on them, innit? And then
so do you think all of these things that have been done in the last, say, 3 or 4 decades, 3 decades, let's say?
I'd say the last 2 decades has led up to this. Yeah, 100%. The whole having Conservatives for 11 years or however long it was, just to really grind us down into a point where we're just oppressed and we need out. That's the only reason why everyone voted Labour. They didn't vote for Keir Starmer. They voted for something different.
So if it's by design, you can't say then it's just in the last 20 or 2 decades, because something before, whatever came before that also had to be by design. They didn't just start designing this 2 decades ago.
No, so I'm not saying they did, but what I'm saying is, but it's also reactionary. It's also reactionary to what else is going on in the world. And the way they look at it right now, what's changed now? Because don't forget, they've been trying to kill the Muslims for a while. What's changed
No,
now? No, but it's serious. This is what
let
I'm
me
trying to
finish.
say. No, because you have to look at this from the point of view of being a holy war. You have to understand, for a lot of people, this is still the same holy war from day dot. It's still the Crusaders versus the Islamics. That's as far as people are concerned, that's what we're witnessing still. And all these chess pieces are moving in a direction because they feel like, because Nigel Farage believes basically one of his things that he's always saying is that, you know, these people are coming here. Eventually, they're going to overtake us. There'll be more of them than there are of us. And eventually, you know, they bring in their Sharia law and they take over. So that's why the whole Christian angle's even been introduced. They don't care, like Rory was saying. They're not Christians, but they bring in that angle because they know it's the only way that we can now get some of the masses back on our
Come
side
together.
to fight this what they call a threat, because they're thinking they're going to take over our country. So you tell all these people, you're Christians, stand up for yourself, we're your country, blah, 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 blah. You know, put your flag on your back. Like, all this stuff is patriotic madness, bro. But really, what you're witnessing is the chess pieces are moving around the world, bro. Which countries are Islamic? Which countries are not? I mean, you think the whole Israel thing is just because they don't like Palestinian people? No, bro. It's Jesus. It's that Christ energy versus the Muhammad energy. That's all you're looking at there. That's all you're looking at the end of the day. And whoever's going to win that little bit of land is going to feel like they won the Holy Land. But everywhere around the world, it's the same game being played. It's how much land did they just get? Oh, the Islamics have taken over that bit now. All right, cool. Then we need to put more people over there. Then how do you do that? There's many different ways to do that. You know, and at the moment, what you're seeing in Britain is a method of doing that. That's exactly what you're seeing. It's a method of doing that, but it doesn't mean it's not the only method. Definitely not the only method.
But I think
Go on.
Labour, I think Labour could feed like if this was like in the thick of it and you're seeing the behind the scenes, they could be looking at Kia like, dude, you're done for, right? Let's drop this ID policy on him because it's not going to do anything for him. Like,
It wipes him out.
if if people hate him, then they're gonna hate it. If people like it, then we've tested the waters. But if they hate him, then we've got an excuse now to change him, get him out of here before the next election.
But
So
who are they going to
they
bring in? There's no one there.
I don't know who they're gonna
No, there
bring in.
isn't.
They
no
might,
one
they
there.
might, they might have
There
someone,
isn't,
bro. You
bro.
never
I've
know.
watched these people. There is no one there.
There might
Keir
be someone.
Starmer wouldn't have been the prime minister if there was someone there. You don't understand. They have to have this person in the ranks for a little while.
Yeah, I know. Like
before
they need to
come
be
up.
in the
The
cabinet.
reason
Yeah,
why they
yeah.
even let Keir Starmer become prime minister, bro, because there was no one there. Kemi, like Sheg said, Kemi, bro. She's the leader of Conservatives right now. There's no one there. No sides have got anyone they can push forward and say, he's our man or she's our girl. They don't have anyone that has that level of charisma and authority in their voice and the can do to actually get some
Yeah,
shit
but
done.
they might be just pushed to
Not before
so
Farage is going to get
how
voted
how
in.
how they just
No.
threw Liz Truss in there. Labour might just have
And
to
how did
get
that work out? She
yeah,
lasted a
but
week.
Labour might have to get
She
a
lasted a week. They
charismatic
called her what, a
the
turnip or
lettuce,
something.
the wet lettuce or something. Yeah. Yeah, but Labour might have to get like a charismatic kind of
They would need
equivalent.
fucking Obama, bruv, to win the next election.
They,
It's
they,
not
they need
even a
another
joke.
Tony Blair. They need
They would
another
need no.
Tony
They need
Blair.
an Obama. They need someone that's so charismatic and can talk and looks like they're going to change the world. That's genuinely what they need, and they ain't got one. They ain't got one. That's the problem. They ain't got one.
And
If
so,
they
do
had
you
it
think?
right now, they would have already pushed him forward.
And so,
Yeah.
do you think then that the Conservatives then purposely put Kemi as their leader so that they stand no chance in the next election?
I think it's one of two things. I think yes to what you just said, but also there is no one. Conservatives already went through.
I think it's
Conservatives went
yes.
through. You got to think how many people did they go through, bro, in
Yeah.
just the last 5 years? They went through David Cameron. They went through Theresa May. They went through Liz Truss. They went through.
Who's that? Gordon Brown? Gordon Brown?
No. We're just talking about the Conservatives. They went through
Oh.
Rishi Sunak. That's 4, bruv, just in the last few years. That's unheard of.
What happened to Rishi? Where is he? Where is that
That's
dude?
what I'm saying.
Where is that dude?
He's spending his
What do you mean he's
billions,
gone? Where
bruv.
is he? Is he dead?
He's spending his
Is he
billions,
dead?
bro.
Yeah.
Where is he? What is he left the country?
Bro, I say this all the time. Every single
How can
time.
you hold on a minute? I'm shocked. Because where is the dude? Don't
He's
tell me
about, bro. He was in Parliament recently, cracking
what,
jokes.
is he still
Yeah. He's still there in terms of like still about. They just go to the back benches or they just kind of sit to the side once they leave. Once you're prime minister, you're allowed to pretty much do what you want to do. But
But again, that shouldn't even be like that guy should be locked up, because I swear no, because wasn't it his wife that was profiting off of the
oil.
PPE
Yeah.
through COVID?
No, not the PPE.
Someone was profiting from they owned companies that were selling the goods.
No, I think that was one. I think
Matt
that was.
Hancock.
I think it's his wife's
Hancock's
family.
landlord. Man Hancock's his local pub landlord. Yeah, he's local where he goes to drink all the time. His pub landlord had a fucking massive government PPE contract. That's shit they were doing.
All them people should just be locked up, man. It's like all these backhanders to your brethren.
Forget
and
about
Boris. Don't forget Boris. How can I forget Boris? Boris is another prime minister. Like they've had 6 or 7, bruv, prime ministers. If you think any of them could have stuck, you think they still wouldn't be prime minister
But
now?
I think Sheg's right on that. Like they literally got heard there because they're like, after our last run at this, we don't want to touch this for a while. Like there's so much happening right now. Let's just chill.
I'm saying. Hey, listen, I'm telling you right now, I've been watching this move into position. When it gets to a point like now where there is no one there, they're telling you we don't know who to put forward. We don't know who to put forward. That's when you know the opposition's winning. And it's the same thing that happened in America. That's what I'm trying to say. If you want to know what's going to happen here, look at what happened in America. America just got to that point where they were like, oh, we don't have anyone. All we've got is this old dude who doesn't remember to tie his shoes up every day. Or literally, dude, it was insane with Biden. Insane, right? And don't forget, Joe Biden had been with Obama the whole entire time. He was the vice. So this should have been a good person to put in the White House. He got in the White House.
He was a mess.
He got in the White House and couldn't even talk, couldn't even speak.
He couldn't walk upstairs.
Madness, falling asleep in the middle of his own speech. And then they had the other person that they had again was Kamala Harris, who they knew no one was going to vote for. They're not going to have a black woman run America. That's crazy. Same way they're not going to have a black woman run England. So it's the exact same mirror effect that we're looking at. They set it up so Donald Trump was going to win that election. There's no doubt about it. So it's the same thing I'm looking at over here. I'm looking at Nigel Farage. I'm seeing the power that he's got right now. I'm listening to the radio. People are definitely voting for this guy. There's no doubt about it. They're voting for this guy. They're telling you straight up. He's done. And the thing that makes it nuts is I agree. There's no one else. It's not like they're saying that and I'm disagreeing and I'm saying, oh, no. You could easily vote for this guy. No, you can't. I don't like Keir Starmer and I'm not voting for Kenny. So if I'm saying that, doesn't mean I'm going to vote for Nigel Farage. But what I'm saying is I understand why they are. And that's why I'm telling you, he's definitely going to be the next prime minister. There's no doubt about it.
Everybody put a bet on it now.
They don't need to. They're not taking that bet.
No, what do you mean? Yes, they will.
Because he's the favourite to win.
One bet on it.
Was it
bet on it?
One racehorse or something?
It's it is, bruv. It's a race horse.
One
You'd put that bet on 10 years
so,
ago, didn't you? But not now.
Can I just say that, like you mentioned Trump here, and like basically whatever happens in America is going to happen here. So before, remember his assassination attempt? Yeah,
supposedly, allegedly. I think we've seen America; they can do assassinations quite well. I don't think they attempt to assassinate you in America. They either kill you or they don't.
Hold on, Prof. Let me speak, Prophet. Just for 1 second,
Go on.
Please. So remember his assassination attempt, yeah? Now, before that day, he was losing in the polls, you know. Kamala was ahead. But after that incident, loads of states just swung over to Trump. It's like he got like a sympathy sort of
not like a sympathy. It was a sympathy vote.
right, like a
It
sympathy
galvanized them.
Right. So, do you think then that that incident with the bullet and Assad was that a thing that they were set
it
up? Do you
staged?
think?
I'll tell
It
you
was
now,
staged.
he's not a small person. So they were to kill that dude, he'd be dead. It's as simple as that. That's why I'm looking at it. He ain't a small person. Out of all the people they've assassinated in America, and they
And
did
they
it,
got a good run on
they got it
presidents.
good
Yeah,
clinically,
you know
and they
what I
got a
mean?
good run on presidents. It's not even like they're scared to shoot the president out there. Okay, they'll shoot you from the what they call it, the clock tower, bro, from miles away, bro. And two shots in less than a second if they have to. That wasn't assassination attempt. That's exactly what you said it was. Bro.
Staged, bro.
That was designed to make sure that he wins, bro. Because I mean, even when you watch that whole thing, he's already putting his hand up like he just won the next election, bro. Straight after he got shot. Like, who's doing that, bro? Who's doing
So
that?
yeah,
You got dudes
okay.
shooting at your head, bro, and you got time to be putting your hand up, like,
Exactly.
yeah, vote for me. Like, come on.
So
Fine.
with all like the messaging and all the stuff that is coming out now in this country, do you think we're not that far off from seeing a MP or anything like that, something like that
Get shot.
happening over here? Yeah, like because
I think
a lot
I think
of
there's
the
a difference.
inciting kind of talk, and they're saying that the left is now extremist, and people are also trying to highlight, well, no, it's both sides. The left are being talked up, the right's being talked up. Like,
No, because
do you
I
think?
feel like over here, because the equivalent of that would be someone shooting Nigel Farage, and I
Or
can't see
Tommy
that.
Robinson.
Yeah, I can't see that happening. I mean, I could probably see someone attacking Tommy Robinson.
Yeah.
He's been attacked,
Yeah,
but not Nigel
but
Farage.
I think we're not far off. Like, again, I'm pretty sure stuff like this has happened in what's it called? In that same program I was talking about last week. What's the BBC one? Peaky Blinders. I think
Oh,
we're
yeah.
not far off from people in the same camp saying, all right, now we need the final push, lads. This person, although he's held up as the guy that's bringing in all these votes,
Sacrifice.
he's the sacrifice we need to make, and so it looks like it's XYZ.
Then that would
because
be Tommy Robinson. Same
with
way they
all
just
these,
killed the
Tommy
Charlie
Robinson.
Kirk
Yeah,
guy.
exactly.
yeah,
That's
and I
why
feel
that
like
guy was killed.
I
That's
feel
what I'm
like we're
trying to
not far
say.
from it. And with all these news reports that happen anyway, like, I don't understand who hears a report and then they're trying to dive straight into where that person's from, what faith are they, blah blah blah. Whereas that seems to be now, forget the incident, let's focus on, or like, forget the victim, forget the incident. Where are they from? Where are they from? What do they believe in? And it seems like we're not far off from something happening, and then it's been like, oh no, and it was this person from this faith. Yeah, this is it. Final
That'll
push.
be, like I said, it'll be one of the people that are surrounding Farage. So
God.
if it isn't Tommy Robinson, it'll be Andrew Tate, God forbid. Someone like that, though, that would then push Nigel Farage further to say, I'm absolutely 100%. This is exactly what we need to do. You know what I mean? But I don't know if England's there yet in terms of that. America's got a history of that. They're on it. Like, they're on it. If they don't mind letting off some shots, if they need to let off some shots, and obviously it's part of their culture. It's just, a
Well, yeah,
gun
because you
out
got
there is not
the
like a
you got
scary thing as
the
it is out here.
Yeah, but I
the
think it
right
is
to
a
bear
possibility.
arms.
What Rory said is.
Yeah, what Rory saying is definitely a possibility. I just don't know if we're there yet.
There was quite recently, what's it? MP got murdered. Remember?
Oh yeah. What's the name? Oh gosh,
Joe Cox.
Yeah, Joe Cox. Sorry, I knew it began with J.
How was she murdered?
I wasn't thinking.
Was she
I
murdered?
wasn't thinking of that one. I was thinking of the one that got murdered in the church a couple of years ago, like 2021 or something.
Yeah, you're right. Actually, there was.
Yeah,
Yeah, there was. What?
but that was it was an Islamic extremist
Mm.
that murdered this MP
Bro.
in a chair, like juked him
Yeah,
up.
no, Sheg's right. Sheg's right. We are
So
actually there. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
yeah, so but although that MP was famous, probably more famous for getting murdered than what they were
Mm.
saying. Yeah, they was but yeah, then there was Joe Cox. What happened to Joe Cox? Because that was before. That was like 20. No, not even in the 20s. About 2016, 17 or something like that. I can't remember all the details. I know they call it old brain. Yeah, I get a certain age, you can start forgetting things.
2016. Yeah, 2016.
2016.
She was shot and stabbed multiple times.
What was it Islamic again, or what's the
No,
motive?
that wasn't. That was. I'm sure that was a white dude, wasn't it? If I'm not mistaken.
Was it a sex thing?
No, Thomas Alexander Mayer is the person that killed a 53-year-old guy. To conclude, Mayer wanted to advance white supremacy and exclusive nationalism, most associated with Nazism.
Right, because Joe Cox was Labour, weren't she?
Yep, Labour Party, yeah.
Yeah, and I think the guy that got murdered in the church, I think he might have been Conservative.
So yeah, no, Rory, you're not wrong. This could definitely be a possibility that pushes it into that next level. And on that note, I feel like that should be the end of today's podcast. I just want to say thank you to Old Boy Leon, Rory, and Sheg for joining me again for another week of discussions. And I just want to remind people to make sure you like and share as much as you can. Got any comments on anything we've said, please use the comments in the comments section. And if you've got any recommendations for any discussions we should have, or any films you want us to watch, or any music you want us to listen to, please let us know in the comments. Until next time, thank you and goodbye.